This video is a little bit different for my channel. It's a home office decluttering. I'm not changing anything about my channel. This is just a supplementary video that I wanted to add in. The responses that I've gotten to my home tours and my organizational packing type videos have been really great. Plus, I've gotten to know you guys a little bit better through social media and the comments, and you seem to really like these types of videos. So I figured I would throw this one out here and see how you guys like it. Please give me feedback if you want to see more of these types of videos or less of them or no more of them. I'm completely open to that. I am doing a house overhaul. With working full-time and having a family of 4 and a dog, some of the things that I have been wanting to do for so long have been pushed to the back burner. And one of those is completely decluttering and reorganizing, getting some things straight in this house. If you really only like the beauty type videos, that's completely understandable. I get it if you want to click out. But if you want to see how I'm going to be decluttering and getting organized again with this house, you can feel free to stick around for these videos. Just a little background. I really thrive on organization. My son's nickname for me is Monica. If you watch Friends, Monica is the one that is really organized, really neat. She likes things just so. That's kind of how I am. That's how he came up with the nickname. He thinks it's funny. He doesn't call me that all the time. It's just a thing. But like I said, you know, you get caught up in everyday life and things get stuck here, they get stuck there, they get stuck everywhere and shoved in drawers, and you just run out of time to keep up with the way you want things to be. So that is the purpose of all of this. I actually filmed this intro a while ago and the lighting was horrible, so I'm redoing the intro and I'm hoping I'm remembering everything I want to say. I read the KonMari Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up book, I don't know, a year or two ago, and I loved most of it. And I really do subscribe to the principles of finding joy in everything and finding a purpose and a need for it. So I'll be applying that, but I'm not pulling everything from every room and putting it in one spot. That just is not feasible for what I want to accomplish. I am going to go room by room, but using those same principles. That just makes more sense for me with what I want to do. So I'm starting with the office, and I'm just going to go through things with each room and ask myself, does it bring me joy? Does it make me happy? Does it serve a purpose? Will I need it down the line for a practical purpose? And I think that's it, really. The weather's kind of bad today, so it may be overcast, it may look yellow. I'm not sure how this is gonna go. I may just show you some clips here and there and zoom through it. Hopefully the end result will be a good one, so we can get started. So if you come into the office, it's just a little pocket office. It's not big. There's my garbage bags. I'm ready. The stool is there for Luke. The kids put it there so that he could get up on the stool and see out the window. And there's the right with file drawers, and it's just messy. I have work stuff that I was purging to turn in over there. The computer's there because I was using it as a monitor. There's cabinets there with some things above the cabinets. There's our light fixtures. I don't know if you can see that or not. It might be too bright. And then cabinets. There's Brooke's slime station. If you have teenage or, I don't know, tweens, you'll know what slime is. And the desk. There's even stuff under the desk. I mean, this is just like kid central in here, and I really want it to be used by everybody. I think I'm gonna just put this camera on a tripod and just start going through maybe time lapse speed and taking out and clearing now, because this could be a long video and I don't want it to be long. Right there, you can see 2 old iPods And up here, I'm still trying to figure out what to do with all that stuff. There's a cute mug of Brooke from when she was in like 2nd grade, maybe. The rest is like hooks, and there's some keys back there. There is a USB plug. I had to move my LaCroix out of the way because it was focusing on the LaCroix. So behind the LaCroix is a big stack of like Command adhesive and 3M things, and I don't know why that's in here. That needs to go in the laundry room where hanging things are. So that stuff all came out of the drawers, and then those cords back there kind of behind the LaCroix that I'm going to relocate, and I have another location where there's cords, and I'm gotta figure out which ones to keep and which ones to throw away. So that is those drawers. So here's what's in that left cabinet. Kids books, some home things up there, and then I have cubbies right there, and that's actually organized how I want it. I may add some few things in there, and then I've just got some things going on up there, and reams of paper, which is fine, and some things right there. And you know, this may not look horribly unorganized to a lot of people. It can be pared down. I think that's what it is. This is the closet that we have right here. That's a bunch of like old job resume stuff. Luke just did something funny. And then I have some house stuff up in there. It's like our media panel. And our modem and stuff is back there. And this is all Brooke's stuff. And there's Brooke. And we're going to go through that. This is just school and papers and folders and things, house plans. So that's this closet. There's a lot of stuff in it, and we're going to go through it.
That's it.
For the whole closet?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good amount for me.
Okay. So I've got these file drawers that I'm not looking forward to going through. And actually this one is Brooke's activity drawer, one of 3, and she has gone through it and eliminated things that she wanted or doesn't want, and it doesn't look very neat, but there's actually not that much in this drawer. I'll zoom in a little for you. That's fine for her, and she is in and out of here, and it's actually pretty organized. She keeps drawings and stories and ideas and things. She's pretty creative. So she actually has another drawer under here that she is in and out of, which, you know, it's not very neat right now, but that's just her craft drawer. And then she has one underneath here. If it serves a purpose, if it brings you joy, you know, keep it. And this is her duct tape stuff. I don't know if any of your kids went through the phase where they were doing duct tape activities, but she is keeping it because even though she doesn't duct tape a ton, she still does pull it out and use it sometimes, so she is keeping that. And we may relocate that upstairs once we get to the upstairs area. These 3, there's another drawer underneath there, are 3 drawers that I'm going to be going through. This is the really not fun part of this whole thing. And here we have the last drawer to go through, and I am going to go through all the items and drawers that I've done in the end just to show you how things ended up. This is instructions and kid stuff that just kind of got stuck back there. So I'm going to go through all of this and see what's where. Oh, this is one folder. Okay, I mean, honestly, who needs this many instructions, and have I ever referenced them? This is apparently all papers that we just threw in here at the end of the school year and didn't deal with. So I'm going to just deal with these, make sure there's nothing I really want to keep. So this stack, it turns out, is just a combination of Brooke and Brady's binders from this year. I think I took it from a desk and just threw it down there to get it out of the way one day. But within it, there is a Brooke school picture, and there was a whole stack of loose leaf. So I'm glad I cleared it out. This is trash. This is staying. I'm finished for the most part. I am holding the camera and I'm just going to pan you around the room, show you what we've got. I'm first going to show you the trash and stuff that I've purged. I am looking a little rough this morning. I tried to make myself as presentable as possible. I went to bed with wet hair last night, and this is what you get when you wake up and purge first thing in the morning. So I'm going to flip you around. So I started this process yesterday midday and I continued it this morning. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 bags of trash. And this bag right here is holding video and camera equipment that's really old, and I'm going to try and recycle it or something. That stack right there is what I pulled from one of the far left drawers, and it's old tax papers. I'm going to put that in a separate portable file and put it up in the attic because we don't need it taking up space down here. I never reference it and it's just taking up space. This is all things that are going to be going either up to the attic in storage, into the kitchen, or a different room, just somewhere else. But we still need them, but they don't need to be in here. So I'll go into the closet first. Can you see in here? Is it bright enough? So up here, which it's really not that bright up there, but hopefully you can kind of see. Those are all empty binders and some resume envelopes, if you can see those. The reason why I have all those empty binders is because I have kids in school and I use them sometimes too, and there's no need shopping for them if we have plenty of them here. That is old mortgage papers that we do need to hold on to, and a MacBook Pro case that we may need to use if we ever need to go to the Genius Bar. I had Brooke sort through all this, which you guys saw, and she cleared out what she didn't want. She did clear quite a bit out. That's Brooke's too. Also Brooke's, and she really straightened it up a lot. That is our paper supply, colored, lined graph paper. You just pull these out and get what you want as you need them. That's always been in here, and we just kept it and straightened it up a little bit. So down here, I really cleared this out a lot. Back here, we have 2 sets of house plans. I'm keeping those because I have referenced those periodically, whether it be for electrical or to show someone something about our house. And this is all organized according to, obviously, what's in it. Dividers, page protectors, file folders, different kinds of paper, photo paper, whatever we have in there. That back there is actually scrapbooking stuff. There are shipping envelopes on top of it, which can actually be right there next to the 3-hole punch. But I left that there. I don't scrapbook anymore. I don't have the time. I used to. But I have some more scrapbooking stuff in another cabinet that I'm actually going to get to. I'm going to explain more about that in a second. I actually rearranged the shelves a little bit and moved those 2 items up. And I put the books, they were on that shelf, and I put them on this shelf so that the computer that's always there actually has a home when it's not being used. One of my goals for this office was to actually be able to utilize this space more, and if that computer has a home, we can do that. My camera and computer is actually plugged in right there, so that's why that's like that. I still have the bins and the paint up there because we use those. That's school supplies, extra school supplies up there, and then these are cords that we need. USB cords are in there, Apple cords, and I do have miscellaneous cords in one of those. If we end up not ever needing them, I'll move them out to the outdoor storage. That is actually hard drives and storage that we need for our computers. And this is a filing system, iPad cases. That's an outdoor speaker or a portable speaker. And this is where we keep opened white paper to pull from for the printer that's over there, which I did turn, by the way. I'll go over that in a minute. And note cards for the kids. So here, I left the reams of paper right there. I moved things up high that we don't need a lot. I have in the iPad Air and actual some discs that we may need for the computer, but that we don't need a lot, so I moved them up high. Same in that thing below it. Those are some kid school books for the school, like address books, things that we don't reference a lot, but we may need them. Stationery, that's some kid stationery. Windows for the Mac. Again, some more stationery things in there. I have some membership cards, things like that. These are cards that I keep for occasions. I like to have some on hand, and this is just a nice little book that I keep those in. And this is our address book. These are notepads. I am a notepad person, and we have small ones, we have large ones. And these are old planners that I do reference sometimes on occasion. I left Brooke's station for her slime, and she made these years ago, and we actually do use them sometimes just for moods. It's just a cute little thing that makes me happy. So you change it based on your mood. I am sad, I am happy, I am in love, I am confused, and it's cute. I've cleared this off to make room for new things they want to stick on there. I made that bulletin board when we moved in here. I corralled all of the markers and pens and things to make that neater. Rulers are hung up over there. So let's see. The battery drawer. It's still a battery drawer, but this is mostly electronics now. It did have a lot of paper in it before, and now it's gonna have earbuds, which will be pulled from the other room as I discover them in other rooms. But flash storage, earbuds, extra iPhone cords, things like that, plugs, all that. I asked Brooke if she was planning on actually using these water speakers, which are actually pretty cool. And she said she never could find the charger and charge them. So I pulled the charger out of here and we're charging them. And we're actually going to see if she's going to actually use those speakers. And now she will know the charger will be in there. And if it's not in there, it's in the USB chargers, which are right there in that gray box. Now, I mentioned the scrapbooking stuff. So there are all kinds of albums down there, which are photo albums, and some are full and some are empty. And that is part of the photo project that I'm also going to reference again in a minute. We still have a ton of stuff in here, but I mean, we use this stuff. And you run out of pens and you lose pens, and we like pens in this family. So we have tons of pens, pencils, highlighters here, whiteout tape. This is just organized exactly how we need it to be organized. So it is the junk drawer, but it's an organized junk drawer, I guess, if you can call it that. And this little drawer, which, you know, I'm not in a ton, but when I'm in it, I need to be in it. And there's change in there, and that'll probably end up somewhere eventually, but I haven't gotten to any other room yet. There's extra ink for the printer, my label maker, which I do use, and now I need to order more ink because you can see what happened when I tried to print a label. A calculator, and this is my stamp for envelopes, and there's extra labels for my label maker, but that's clear, and I'm out of the white. These are screen cleaners. We covered this in the beginning. This is Brooke's craft cabinet, and she uses literally everything in here, and I do have it organized pretty well. I'm gonna have things in bins back there, labeled. really well for her. And just so you can see, under here we do have a shredder. I was given an adult coloring book by my mother-in-law, and the trash can, and there is a bulletin board, whiteboard down there I either need to use or throw away, and I just have not made that decision yet. I'll start with the right side first. I cleared out this cabinet and actually took a shelf out because I felt like it wasn't being utilized the way it needed to be utilized. I am planning on using this shelf for my YouTube stuff, maybe my computer. My hard drive is right there. My resume stuff is all right there, and that will be used. And as I don't need it, I can move it to the top shelf and maybe move that basket out of the way, maybe into the closet. So all that is usually used for work. And I left all of that up there because that is all very sentimental, all those little books. That is an old work trophy thing I could actually probably get rid of, and that's my Canon camera box. And you never know if you're gonna need that. One other thing I wanted to point out, I keep these clear envelopes in here. One is for bills and one is for coupons and gift cards and things. That way I can take them and move them into another room if I want to pay bills or do whatever in there. So I just keep those right there. And this is just kind of my reference station. And Brooke made me this little thing a couple of years ago. It just makes me happy. This is just going to be where I'm in and out of, and kind of a home base, if you will. So moving to this cabinet, it's going to look like I didn't do that much in here, but I actually did. You can see there's photo boxes out the wazoo in here, and those are eventually going to be placed into albums. And that's why I said I was going to reference the photo situation. I have got pictures from several years that need to go in albums, and that is a goal for me, and that is why I needed to get this office straightened and get the house done, because that would be next on my list, is addressing the photo situation. I just keep stacking them up in here and putting them in boxes. Those are actually extra photos from ones that are already in albums. I mean, sometimes you just need to have photos in boxes, but these two shelves and those need to go in albums. That is camera storage. And that is a house binder. Could actually go in the closet. I thought about throwing it away. It's from when we built 6 years ago, but I've referenced it over the years and I've needed it for people, and who knows, I may need it again. So I just left it in there. And I guess I'll address the desk. I turned the printer to make more room on the surface, and I actually cleared the bulletin board, and I'm keeping that in here because I just love that. These are actually pieces of art that Brooke did last year that I need to find a place for. They may go in my exercise room. Let's talk about the file drawers. This is taxes from this year that I need to organize into folders like this. So that is on my agenda for the next few months. This is 2016 taxes. I'm leaving these two down here, and like I said earlier, I'm taking the rest up into the attic because I just don't reference them. This is stuff for Michael's work back there, and that's staying, and I really did clear a lot out of this, so it looks a lot better. I had a whole bunch of stuff stuck down here, and it is not even in there anymore. This is the drawer that had all the instructions and all the kids stuff. I took a lot of that kid stuff and threw it out because it was just old tests and things. Didn't need it. Any artwork, things like that, they're going to go in storage bins and go into the attic. And this is all instructions. I've really pared all that down quite a bit. And that's all that's left of that. And those are just extra folders if needed. And here's the middle drawer. This is the drawer that's referenced the most. And I've just got family, kids stuff, any work items. I really pared this down. You really couldn't even move the folders before, and now I feel like I've got all kinds of extra room to shuffle around, and I had things stuck down in here and it's gone. And Brooke's drawers, we already covered that, stayed as they were. I think I can spin you guys around again. So that's all the stuff that I got rid of, not including a couple other things that I've already sent upstairs. So I feel like I've done a ton. I look like a hot mess, but that's okay. It's been, what, 2 days of really just being in this office, nonstop, not 2 full days, but a lot of hours over the past 2 days. And it's been very fruitful, and I am not about minimalism, as you can see. It's just about having a focus and knowing where I want things and being able to find things and keeping things that have a purpose for the people that use the room and keeping things that make us happy. There will be things that probably get shuffled around as we go because this is the hub kind of for the productivity and activity in this house, and I know there are things in other rooms that may end up in here, but at least they now have a home and a place to go. So I hope this video is helpful and beneficial in some way. You don't have to be a minimalist to feel organized and more put together. I'd love to hear any feedback. I'll be doing more decluttering videos along the way in different areas of the house. So again, any feedback you have is wonderful. What you'd like to see more of, or maybe done a little bit differently, I'm completely open to that. So thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. And if you are not following me on social media, I'll put that on the screen and down below. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.